So what's going on with this guy? What's his name?
Shannon Burke.
Shannon Burke.
I've never heard that name on a man, but I'm sure it's all right. He's out of Orlando, and XM, I guess, has booted him off, and he's like blaming O&A.
Yeah, how are we involved with this guy?
Well, the latest news on us, we're getting off the premium channel, which is huge news for the Opie and Anthony program.
Yay!
We never wanted to be on the premium channel, but we knew XM was the place to be, and we chose to, accept what XM was going to give us, which was our show on a premium channel. But
we knew in the long run we'd be off of it.
Yeah, it was kind of like we had to do our time and prove to people that we weren't these quote shock jocks that the media likes to make us out to be.
We're not making any trouble.
So we did our time knowing all along that eventually they would probably take us off this premium channel.
Right.
As far as being on the premium channel, because a lot of people are trying to spin it all sorts of ways out there in the media, we did very, very well on the premium channel. Yeah. Extremely well. We did twice the numbers that XM wanted us to do, matter of fact.
Yeah, they had their little plan. I remember when we first started meeting with them, they had all kinds of studies and research done and estimates of how many people would sign up, and we broke those.
We doubled it. Yeah. Simple as that, we doubled it. By the end of the year, they wanted a certain amount that we're not even allowed to mention on the air for whatever reason. I don't know if it has something to do with the stock or what. I don't know. But there's a number that they wanted us to do. We doubled it. I swear to God we doubled it. So we did much better than anyone expected down there in Washington. So now they want to take it to the next level. And that's to get us off the premium channel, have us exposed to the entire XM Nation. Of course, not everyone on the XM Nation is going to listen to the program, but we're going to gain a lot of listeners because now we'll just be, available while you're just spinning around your unit there, right?
Right.
And then what happens is a bunch of those people are going to get hooked. That's why we call it spread the virus. It kind of just is this thing that happens. All of a sudden you get hooked on the show, and then what do you do? If it's normal listening patterns, you turn your friends on to it. You're like, oh my God, you got to hear these guys. Never heard of them before, but they're on XM. They're Opie and Anthony.
Yeah. And
then guess what? Those people, if they don't have XM, will go out and buy XM because now they're curious. Simple as that. Mm-hmm. And that's how this show has always worked, and it's gonna be huge again. We know that. So it's huge news that we're getting off the premium. But assholes out there like to spin it another way.
And what makes me want to spit in somebody's face like this, because what's so annoying is they know better. It's like when you're taking off the premium channel, that's XM's way of going, all right, you two are not going to self-destruct. Because, again, they were afraid that there's going to be all this shit that causes you to self-destruct. You're not going to self-destruct. We're putting you at, you're kind of one of the staple shows of the entire network. Why? How can anybody think that's negative? Yeah. What do you think XM's going to make more money on? $2 a month? Or by raising everything and having a certain advertising possibly, you fucking idiot, and you know better. You local yokel.
Right.
Fucking one market wonder.
So this guy in Orlando, Shannon Burke, I guess he was heard on XM, and they're taking him off XM because, quite frankly, there's not enough room. XM only has a certain amount of channels, so they got rid of Liquid Metal, unfortunately, which was a great station, but they had no choice, because they just don't have room for everything they want to throw, on the service.
And they look at the channels that if they have to replace something, if they're putting in a new show, they look at the channels, and what do you think they do? Do they take a channel that's really popular and eliminate that to add something new? Or do they take a channel that maybe not that many people are listening to and take it off? I would tend to think it's the latter. I think they do their research, find out, they're not going to take the 80s station off the air and put something on there because a lot of people listen to it. But someone like Shannon Burke's show is completely expendable because no one was listening to this. This is the first I've ever heard of this guy. And it's not that old radio gag where you say you never heard of the guy. I've never heard of this guy.
And that's why he's being dumped, because they have to make room for other people that have bigger names in the business. That's just simple as that.
Everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And as far as us being failures, because I think he says that either on his show or in an email or something.
Email professionally or in life?
Huh? Well, I'm a failure in my personal life. I openly admit that. but as far as a radio guy, I've done quite well, and we'll continue doing quite well, and we'll be here. Here's a little fact for Shannon and everyone else out there. If we're such a disaster, XM has the choice to get rid of us in about 3 or 4 months. So we'll just see what happens, Shannon, if we're really a failure, or if they're going to pick up the rest of our contract, okay? We'll just have to wait and see on that.
Won't we?
Won't we? So here's Shannon talking on a show. He's all depressed because XM is just getting rid of him.
They're booting him. He's fat and they're trimming him.
Bye.
Here's Ray in Virginia. Ray, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Shannon?
What's happening, brother?
Hey, first-time caller. I got up about 6 months ago. I was in Florida, and I heard you guys about the XM.
Excellent.
Came Christmas last year, about 10 trucks, about each one XM radio. Now, I heard yesterday you guys after the 28th, you guys ain't going to be there anymore?
Yeah, you'll be entertained by the fabulous Tony Kornheimer, whatever his name is, and his Kornheimer sports show or something like that, and then the great G. Gordon Libby.
All right, let me stop right there. Tony and G. Gordon Liddy are two radio personalities that have a much bigger following than Shannon Burke, and that's why this is happening. Shannon
Burke. If you had an audience, you'd still be there. They would have taken off a show that had less of an audience than you did. It's just the way it works. No one was listening to you. Jack off.
How embarrassing is that, though? To be on XM and then just to have like a couple of new guys come along and they just kind of kick you off.
Ugh.
Beat it, stupid.
Well, they have bigger followings. That's how it works in the business. And that's how it's going to continue to work. And when we get off the premium, I think we're even going to expand our channel. It's not going to be us all day long. I think we're going to try to do some other things in some of the other time slots.
Oh, maybe Shannon can come on.
No, Shannon's not on our list, unfortunately, no.
Shannon.
There's a whole list of people we want to be involved in this channel.
But what about
that
Shannon?
have a much bigger following than Shannon.
I don't know about that.
Shannon's a self-important loser who thinks he's got a lot more listeners than he does.
Yeah. Yeah, after I heard that, I called customer service, and I told them to cancel my service. I got 1 more month with them. I got 10 radios working on 10 big trucks, 18-wheelers.
Yeah.
So after next month, if you guys don't come out anymore, I got 10 radios that are going to be canceled.
All right, let me tell you something about radio. You know, Anthony and I have a huge, faithful audience. The reality is this guy will continue listening to XM Satellite Radio.
Of course he will. Of course he will.
Continue listening to XM Satellite Radio.
Cancel my 10 radios.
Yeah, he's going to go out and cancel his 10 radios because he can't hear the Shannon Burke show anymore.
Burke show.
And then he's going to eat the actual physical units? What are you going to do, just look at them in the truck like dinosaurs? They're not going to work anymore, you asshole? You're not canceling XM.
Of course you're not.
And if you do, who cares? Drunk drive into a pole. Yeah, nobody cares about you and your shitty fleet of trucks.
The guy's being very dramatic, but the reality is he's not going to be canceling because one show is being, kicked off the service.
What a tool. I'll hit them in their pocketbooks, Shannon.
Right.
Yuck.
You know how many people listen to us, but they also listen to a bunch of other things on XM Satellite Radio? You know, so if we were gone, I think it would take us being gone and then maybe like 3 or 4 of their favorite, other channels to be gone, and then they would finally go, you know what? Hey, this isn't what, I got, it's not the same.
Yeah.
As when I got to XM to begin with. So I'm going to cancel.
You'd still listen.
You still listen. We're not that important.
Format.
One show's not that important. I don't know about that.
Shannon Burke is, obviously. He's important.
$9.99.
Oh, sorry.
He's so important that he was completely expendable and thrown off the platform.
A month, that's about $1,200 a year.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Ray. And thanks for the support, man. All we can do is just, call XM, be nice to them, and they'll, there's a chance they might move us somewhere else.
That'll work.
Yeah, I tried that for about 2 weeks, but after I heard yesterday, just wanted to call in and see if the other drivers want to do something like that.
And here's the deal. I think it's, at this point, I've heard enough people say it, and I think the deal is they have another service available during the time this show is on, and it's a premium channel that a couple other guys are on.
Now he's talking about yours truly, Opie and Anthony.
Here comes the bidder.
Can I just say that I do hope Eric Logan is listening, because if you are, man, I just want you to be careful, because this guy has got a trucker with 10 trucks who might be canceling the service. You may want to reconsider, because I know it sounds like Shannon Burke is groveling and begging and saying, call customer service and be nice to them, and maybe they'll put us somewhere else. Gee whiz. They are putting you somewhere else, off the platform. Back in Orlando, motherfucker. That's where they're putting you. Back in the one market you started in.
Yeah, it's good to be big in one market.
Sure it is.
Nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
But you pretty much failed on a national platform, and that's why you're gone.
But you're
face reality.
Very popular at the Magic home games, aren't you, stupid? That's the guy from the Shannon Burke show. Who? I talk in my radio voice, and I'm on a national platform. Call them, beg, grovel, and say please, and threaten to cancel your
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the Orlando Magic basketball game, let's hear it for Shannon Burke as he throws some T-shirts out into the audience.
People are looking around going, who's she?
Shannon? Who? What?
Shannon Burke? That chick?
All right, well, he starts talking about us and this premium channel.
Yeah. Because the deal is they have another service available during the time the show is on, and it's a premium channel that a couple other guys are on, and nobody's signing up for it because they're just too entertained by this show.
All right, listen.
All right, okay, that's really good.
I'm sick of people. You want to attack us, that's fine, but why don't you base it on some form of reality? The reality is, and if you do work for XM Satellite Radio, Shannon, or did, I think you're finally gone, you would know that the channel has been very, very successful for the company, you asshole.
He knows that, dude. Bottom line is, he's getting the boot, he's begging his listeners, and the bottom line is this, you have to explain, if you catch your wife sleeping with somebody else, you have to explain why she's doing that. You can't just go, I'm a failure in bed.
Right.
So you have to blame her. Well, she wanted the guy with the bigger dick. You can't say that, so you have to make an excuse. Here's the bottom line. You know the deal, stupid. No one cares about your show. And sorry, you failed.
I like how he's trying to say that we don't have listeners because they're all listening to him. That's what he was saying?
Oh, really?
They're too entertained by his program.
I'll go back.
Yeah, listen, he's actually saying that we are failing here because he's got so many listeners. They're so entertained by him that they're not coming over to us. This is that self-important ass who is being kicked off. He's been kicked off because he doesn't have listeners.
I think at this point I've heard enough people say it, and I think the deal is they have another service available during the time the show is on, and it's a premium channel that a couple other guys are on, and nobody's signing up for it because they're just too entertained by this show. So what they think they're doing...
entertained by this show.
Wait, so they're not signing up for Opie and Anthony because they're too entertained by him.
Yeah.
So what they want to do is get rid of him, and then people will sign up for you, but then they take you off the premium channel, so even by getting rid of him, no one's going to sign up. What the fuck are you talking about, stupid? Do you understand this is why they're kicking you off? Because you stink. You don't know what you're talking about.
This is why Anthony and I do not hang out with other radio guys. Because they're all full of shit.
This. They're all like Shannon Burke.
Except for like Scott Farrell and Ron and Fez. And honestly, Sean Hannity has been a stand-up guy through our whole career.
But
Don Imus has been cool to us, But in general, these guys are all just full of themselves.
There's a premium service that everyone is avoiding because they're enjoying my show, so they're going to take me off and then cancel the premium service and then cancel. So what they're doing is they're losing premium service revenue. They're keeping you two losers, and they're kicking off this hot commodity. Smart move by XM. What a jizz bucket.
And this guy is just begging for his job. Please be respectful when contacting XM. Remember, we're trying to stay on XM.
What was it, Shannon Burke? Does anyone know his website? We'll give you a plug, Shannon. The biggest plug you've ever gotten you'll get right now. Do you know his plug, Hawk?
Shannon.wtks.com.
Wait, Shannon.wtks.com. And maybe listeners can email Shannon and be supportive of his plight.
Be respectful when you go on the website. Remember, he's a tool.
Army attack. Anthony, the rest of his little commentary.
By this show. So what I think they're doing is trying to bore the crap out of you with every other talk programming on XM. So you'll be forced to pay the premium money to get the premium channel.
So,
yeah, but the guys, they're all washed up. I used to hear when I used to go to New York.
They are.
There.
They are. XM missed the boat with them. But, hey, I appreciate the support, Ray, and hopefully you'll hear us again.
So the guy, wait, we're washed up?
We're employed here at XM under contract, doing very well. You're fired from XM.
But we're washed up.
We're washed up.
Did you read the email he got? What was this guy, Red Sox fan from Whackbag or something?
Yeah.
I guess sent Shannon an email. It probably wasn't pleasant, but the response he got, you have it?
Oh, yes. Yes. This is Shannon's email reply.
Email reply.
You sound like... And he can't write, I guess. You sound like whiny little pussy. Man up, you little crybaby.
I bet he says it on a show a lot because he's like a biker.
Come on, man up.
Man up. That's probably like one of his catchphrases.
Man up.
And the Democrats said, man up, Democrats, man up.
Everyone claps because it's a catchphrase.
I hear he's like a real conservative. He's probably one of those brass tacks guys, meat and potatoes. Yuck.
Man up, you little crybaby. Email me back when you have the #1 rated show in any market. Yeah, because everybody that emails him should have a radio show.
I guess he's #1 in Orlando. It's pretty impressive.
Is he? Is he?
Don't know. I don't know if he is, but I do think that at the Orlando Magic game it must be, like Opie said, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Burke.
O&A are shitty. Are shitty XM failures who can't bring enough subs for a premium channel. Oh, hold on to your hats. Dopey and asshole. Wow.
That's the river.
Dopey and asshole. I swear his originality ought to get him rehired. I've never heard that.
I gotta say, because Opie rhymes with dopey, and asshole and Anthony both start with
an A. That's a good one.
SB, that's Shannon Burke. That also stands for Stop Begging. You're thrown off, motherfucker. Take the link off your website.
Yeah, like it always works when you beg to get your job back and try to get your listeners to email the station. That trick always works, doesn't it? It's a desperate move from a loser.
We didn't fail as a premium channel.
He knows that.
You know, there's another thing that was brought into consideration here as far as the direction of our show. When Howard signed with Sirius, XM had to rethink things, don't you think? You idiot.
And this was XM, I think, my opinion is it was XM's way of saying, yes, you guys are the counterbalance to that move. Yeah, it's a real insult. That's a real failure.
Yeah.
Dope.
Shannon Burke. Dopey and asshole do not have hardly any audience anymore. Oh, my God.
Dude, you're in New York. I mean, so what? You're on in L.A. and D.C. and Philadelphia. Or I should just say every market in the entire country.
Yeah.
But you don't have Orlando in the palm of your hand like he does.
Well. By the way, I was never nationally syndicated, you idiot. I was simulcast on XM. That's not syndication. But I wouldn't expect an O&A moron like you to understand. Your pal, he sounds like your pal.
Oh, he's
Shannon.
crazy. But the funny thing is he's really mad at the guy for writing the email and assuming that he was once successful. Yeah. I was never nationally syndicated, you idiot. I've always been a one market zero.
I've always been a failure.
Wait to explain yourself.
Time.
God damn it, I've never had the talent to be interesting in more than one market, and apparently not even one.
That's
dope.
The premium channel.
Yeah, but the other guys are all washed up. I used to hear them when I used to go to New York.
They are.
There.
XM missed the boat with them, but hey, I appreciate the support, Ray, and hopefully you'll hear us again.
And he has a link on his website, or at least he had it, with emails to XM, and it says, please be respectful when contacting XM. Remember, and he spells remember without the, it's R-E-M-E-B, so it's remember, you dumb stuffy-nosed idiot.
Remember.
We're trying to stay on XM. So the XM failures are now still on XM, and the XM success, who I was never nationally syndicated, you idiot, has been kicked off. You're a double-talking ass.
Let's see what kind of job our non-existent audience. How many did he say?
I don't know.
Like, no listeners. Let's see how our non-existent audience feels about that.
Let
them email and go to his website and check it out.
And be supportive of this guy. He's trying to stay on XM.
All right. Well, instead of hearing Shannon Burke on Extreme 152, XM 152, you get to hear the Monsters of the Morning, Tony Kornheiser, who's very, very talented, G. Gordon Liddy, the Phillips Files Show, I guess. I never heard of him. The Phil Hendry Show, very talented guy.
Hey, what channel is that?
And the David Lawrence Show. Those are all the talk shows that beat out Shannon Burke.
So is Monsters of the Midday still on?
They're in the morning.
They're on 152, I guess, when we're on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so. All right.
There you go.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
It's the O&A virus spreading across America, and the virus hit Orlando, Florida, big time yesterday, huh, Anthony?
How are you? Oh, yeah. Bunch of pests. we just We entertain a bunch of pests and nuisance.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get right into it today. Our listeners had a lot of fun.
They're just relentless. They're hysterically funny. And they're assholes.
Thank God there are fans. Thank God, because I wouldn't want to deal with them.
Oh, what a nuisance. Imagine you're just trying to do your radio show, and these agitators are just calling up and making all kinds of inside jokes about the Opie and Anthony show. Oh, you think you have a good caller on the line, you're having a conversation, and you got to find out the call is from Ben's Hog or something. It's just horrible. What a bunch of pests.
I've never heard an assault before, and I was online listening to this awful show online yesterday, and I was laughing really, really hard.
We made his show very funny yesterday. Very funny. Yeah, we called in an assault yesterday, and it worked. It worked great.
Oh, on two fronts. On the air, on his radio show. And then there was another front, the message board. There was a message board that got pummeled, and I have up here a few of the names of people that were...
He has a message. I couldn't even get on it yesterday. I must have smashed him.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was very busy with people like Chester's Liver was writing in. Of course, Lil Connor Peterson. And look, a couple of posts from Golden Buns. And the subject here is Monster Rain, and it's from Ben's Licious Hog.
Ben's Licious Hog.
Ben's Licious Hog. Flaming Steve had a few comments, as did Wine and Jabalog. And then a couple of posts from just Munaki. I don't know what that could possibly mean, but Munaki checking in. The names, fucking hysterical. They're out of their minds. Just pests. I can't think of another word. You are pests.
But we love you.
God, that was
of course.
But of course, it all started yesterday. This guy, Shannon Burke, took a couple shots at us.
Yeah.
Pretty much trying to tell his audience that we were failures at XM and stuff, and that's why we're, I don't know, being taken off the premium channel, or that's why we... What was he trying to say? I don't even know.
They were saying that they took his show off of XM.
Right.
Because they're trying to make the entire platform boring so that people will be forced to subscribe to our show, is what I believe he was trying to say. That's a pretty... roundabout way to...
So is that a backhanded compliment in a way?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, he's saying we suck so much that they have to eliminate anything even remotely entertaining on the rest of the platform to get people to subscribe.
I gotcha. Yeah. And then he said that we're pretty much failures. It hasn't worked since moving to XM, and we don't have many listeners. So we called in an attack, and we showed them how many listeners we really do have.
Hysterical. I don't think a legitimate caller got through. They get through his retarded phone screeners with their stupid, pesky stories.
But they're really good, though, because the two of them I actually thought were legitimate, and then you hear One Forever. I'm like, Jesus, that was a good one.
Oh, they nailed them.
Yeah, everyone did a great job last night, or all day yesterday, I guess.
I think it was like 10 in the morning. I think there's middays.
Yeah.
Which is always the sign of a powerhouse radio program.
Oh, of course.
Doing middays in Orlando.
Midday slot.
You really shouldn't mess with this program. You really shouldn't at this point. I mean, we got all sorts of systems set up. The listeners are ready to attack at any given moment.
The message board had, it was page upon page upon page of posts coordinating the attack, congratulating people that have gotten through. It's a whole multimedia event. For the guys on Whackbag.
Shannon Burke should realize that Howard Stern doesn't even mess with us. Howard doesn't even have the balls to mess with us. So why are you messing with us? Are you insane?
Eesh.
Completely unprovoked. Nobody had ever badmouthed the guy from the show.
No. We didn't even know who he was.
Exactly.
And after today, he'll go back into obscurity.
Never heard
That's the beauty of what we do. Oh, yeah, we'll give you some attention, and then we will move on with our radio show, and you're just left in obscurity. So you're a star for a day on our program. Congratulations. And then we move on, because that's what we do, right? And how stupid is this guy that, it's obvious we're getting off the premium channel, which is huge, exciting news for the Opie and Anthony program. Yeah. That means we're going to have to start building this channel.
Yep.
We're going to be adding some shows.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're not going to be adding Shannon Burke's show to our channel, huh?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that consideration goes out the window.
No problem.
Would have been nice, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty nice slot, pretty cozy slot. sliding in on our channel.
Yeah, we have a say in who's going to join this channel, and it's not going to be Shannon Burke.
Of course not.
So if XM's going to bring your show back, well, have fun with that. But you're not going to get our support whatsoever.
No.
Anyway, he was trying to do a show yesterday, and
trying.
Oh my
trying
God!
His best. Just the nudges. You're a bunch of nudges.
I
love them.
I have 12 calls from the listeners.
Yeah.
And I think this is only half of them.
Yeah.
It happened all day long. All day long.
It didn't stop.
And he didn't know how to use the dump button, so there's cursing going on and all sorts of stuff.
Curses went out. He's trying to dump out, but then the online feed, it was very funny. Very funny.
Well, let's start with this call.
Jim in Clearwater. Jim, you're on Real Radio.
Yeah, I had testicular cancer.
Yeah?
I right now have one testicle.
Yeah? Can't they put a fake one in there?
No.
Yeah, they can.
Well, the thing is, they call me Little Connor because they say only one nut is dropped. It's kind of a joke about Connor Peterson now, a little baby joke. And you're a fucking tool bag, and O&A are going to...
O&A. Oh.
He was swearing like he had two names.
Yeah. Way to go.
That's all he has to say after that. O&A. Yeah.
He's getting into the call.
Way to go.
Lil Connor. They call him Lil Connor.
Not addressing what just happened. Typical radio fraud.
Yeah.
Just pretend it didn't happen. Move right along. The O&A call didn't come in. Get back to the show with my natural voice.
And you just know he's right there. He's annoyed.
Sure he is.
He is annoyed.
Well, dude, we got to be careful because I understand a lot of Shannon Burke fans may be calling into this program this morning.
Hey, everybody in that room over there, make sure you screen properly. We don't want Shannon Burke calls getting through. Ooh.
Let's batten down the hatches. Let's all get ready.
I know.
Hey, guys, love the show. Jimmy, love you. Shannon Burke has faggot tattoos. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm supposed to. Forget it.
So that was just the beginning. Here's another one.
Yeesh. Here's Ricky. Ricky, go ahead.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
Good, man.
Doing good.
Ricky,
I don't know if you saw this.
Yep.
Ricky the intern. Already he's in there with a little funny little name.
Yeah, you got to be a faithful listener. Well, we'll explain some of these. Little Connor, obviously, is self-explanatory, but Ricky is our intern, Ricky.
Screwed up the order yesterday and every day.
Who's being played by Sex Bagel.
Oh, is that Sex Bagel doing this call? Wow.
It's Eric,
Eric.
One of our producers here.
Yeesh. Here's Ricky. Ricky, go ahead.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
Good, man.
Doing good. I don't know if you saw this news piece that Channel 2 was running in Orlando about sexual predators found in the state nursing homes.
No.
That some of these older guys that they didn't realize were sexual predators were being left unattended in nursing homes with people's grandmothers and all that, and they're assaulting like 77-year-old women and whatnot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's horrible. And, I have a grandmother in a nursing home, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, do you really think this is happening? I'm like, kind of, yeah. But how does that make you feel knowing that, O&A are doing...
Guys, nobody understands what a dump button is, apparently not.
What's the deal?
Idiots.
Yeah, wow, good comeback. Hey, where's the dump button? Stupid. How about addressing what went on?
Yeah.
How about telling your listeners, hey, I shot my mouth off at guys that had never badmouthed me or heard of me, and now their callers are assaulting me, and I'm doing nothing but dumping out of it and going back to my fucking cornball show.
Now it seems I can't do a program today and take phone calls because Opie and Anthony fans are ruining my show.
Yeah, and the guy's just hiding behind the dump button.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to be this brilliant talk show host, then go with it,
man. Let it fly and go with it.
Let it fly. We've always let it fly.
Other people want to call this show and mention other radio names? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's happened before.
We'll tell you when they're on, what channel listen to them. Go ahead, go listen to them, because most of them stink.
Like Shannon Burke.
Yeah,
you stink.
We don't panic and go, oh, my God, where's the dump button? Doesn't anyone know where the dump button is and what it's about? Huh?
You know why you need a dump button on that show? Because it's shit. It's corny. The only funny part of that was the O&A listeners calling in and assaulting you.
That's it.
Dull fraud.
I got to call Eric out. He was trying to do your bit, and you didn't
failed miserably.
Yeah, you didn't do it too well.
Failed miserably.
I got to defend Hawk because he did just kind of say it, and it was like, that's kind of a weird one. Like, especially with a fraud that guy is, he never would have just went with an honest reaction. He just would have plowed right into something.
I don't know. He kind of screwed. You just sounded like a nervous caller, you know?
Well, here's Amanda.
Ooh.
A girl would be, the least likely suspect to be doing something
Amanda's great. Listen to
really
this one.
good.
Here's Amanda in Fort Lauderdale. Amanda, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Shannon?
How are you? What's going on?
Great. I'm calling to defend Girth, actually.
You're defending Girth.
Yeah, it really, I don't know what these women are talking about. It's really not the size that matters. My boyfriend that I'm currently dating just has a really thick penis, and we were making love at Fort Lauderdale at the Improv from March 24th to 26th, and it was pretty much just the best sex I've ever had in my life.
Thank you. I don't understand what that was.
It was a plug.
Plug for her boyfriend's a comic or something?
Yeah. He has the comedy penis.
Why is he laughing at that?
I don't
That's
know.
not funny.
Comedy penis.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Obviously, Jim Norton is playing down there.
You bet I am at the Improv, and I want to thank beautiful Amanda for that fantastic plug.
That was a very good plug.
Oh, you bet it was. I didn't even know I was there those dates until I heard that. Fantastic job.
She blindsided him with that one.
All right, we have the next one. It's Jesse calling in.
Here's Jesse in New Smyrna. Jesse, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Shannon?
Good.
I'm down in New Smyrna right now, down here for Bike Week. I heard you talking about that earlier. Second time I was down there last year with my friend Ben. We went to a couple hot spots,
Right,
T-shirt
Ben.
contest, stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
Ladies up there, herking.
Cabbage Patch. Yeah.
Did you catch that? Ladies and ladies up there herkying and jerking around.
No, you
Listen,
kidding? Did he
yeah,
say that?
of course, Dummy talks over him.
Right when you hear with my friend Ben,
Yeah.
you just know it's one of the gags, and you're listening like, oh, here it comes.
It's just hot spots.
Herking and jerking.
Yeah, listen. If you listen close, you can hear him. He's herkying and jerking.
Second time I was down there last year with my friend Ben. We went to a couple hot spots, wet T-shirt contest, stuff like that.
Right.
Ladies up there, herking.
Cabbage Patch. Yeah.
You hear that in the background?
Yeah.
Herking and jerking around. Oh, what a tool. I love it.
Contest, stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
Ladies up there, herking.
Cabbage Patch.
Around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wondering if there's anywhere you could tell me to hang out. You probably know a couple of the hot spots around there. Let me know.
Dude, I just roll around Main Street and what's that place called? The Dock or the Yacht Club, the boat thing? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. I haven't been down there yet.
Anywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the No Name Saloon. That's a hot joint.
Yeah, big party going on there. Actually, I have a friend who couldn't make it, but listens to your show all the time. His name's Chester. Just wanted to say hello to him. He's at home. He has a little liver problem.
All right.
But O&A forever. See you later.
Friend Chester.
Weird call today.
Really? Is that what you have to say? Weird calls today.
Funny, weird stuff, Ed. Funny,
weird calls.
Weird.
Another. You know what it is? He's a real rebel, and I guarantee you his program director told him to shut his mouth.
Yeah.
And you know what he did? He shut his mouth.
Just don't acknowledge it. Press the dump button with that arm that looks like the Partridge Family's bus. That awful tattoos. Ugh. Yeah, just press the dump button and don't acknowledge it like your boss told you to.
Cover it up with a few phony laughs.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say LOL? LOL. Yuck.
LOL.
I personally didn't like the Chester reference.
I think that was a great reference. Chester is home with liver problems.
It just keeps on going. Check out this one.
Here is Chris in Daytona. Chris, you're on Real Radio.
Hey, what's going on, bro? Listen, I think that Michael Jackson would have a much worse time in prison than Scott Peterson. I mean, traditionally, kid touchers get a much worse time than kid murderers.
Baby killers, baby molesters get a harder time than baby killers.
Absolutely. I mean, this one time, I was talking to my friend, and he was just like, baby killers, they don't have that much of a bad time.
You're talking to your friend that was in prison?
Yeah, my friend was in prison. He was like, he was a kid toucher, and, you know, there was another guy who was a baby killer. And I was like, you have a really hard time? And he was like, yeah, I do.
All right. You gotta be careful who you hang out with.
It's another one of ours, stupid.
Oh, that's hysterical. Doing the Jimmy bit. And he's like, yeah, I do. You have a hard time? He's like, yeah, I do. What an ass.
And how do you not acknowledge it when a guy comes in and says, my friend is a kid toucher? How do you not go into that? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Just keep the phony radio voice on. Cornball, one market, awful program you have.
You're listening to the Shannon Burke Show on Real Radio.
How cool? He works for Real Radio.
Yeah,
it's the biggest phony I've ever heard on the air.
It's real, man.
We're just keeping it real here.
104.1.
Little jingle.
You're an asshole.
What's wrong, Jimmy D?
He's like, dude, you gotta check out this picture. You gotta check out this picture. I click on it and it says lemon party.
Yeah.
And I click on it.
One dude with another dude in his mouth.
Whoa. It was 3 dudes.
Yeah.
And they're like 80.
Exactly.
Yeah. Old queers.
All right.
Guy's funny, man.
Yeah. Old queers.
Yeah. He's really good.
Whackbag is checking in. Dugout Doug from Whackbag saying Whackbag is now demanding an hour on our channel. Or we will turn on you guys.
You don't need an hour on our channel. You got one on the Orlando station yesterday.
Yeah, that's the problem with what we created. They're gonna take over for us.
It's like Willard. Believe me, eventually we're just gonna be eaten alive and spitting out by these psychopaths.
Yeah, right.
Notice that just like Robin, Shannon's golfer sidekick is equally useless on the air. That's Bach from Whackbag. Caulfield from Whackbag saying Shannon's regular callers was so awful that we just kept expecting a Jimmy bit at the end of it. Like his regular callers is so bad, it sounded like Jimmy's bit. Very funny.
See, these guys don't understand the listeners to this show have a very vested interest because they're a big part of the show.
Right.
We're not just doing a show and then all of a sudden, the listeners listen. There are always instant feedbacks and the website plugs. It's like they're a big part of the show.
Yeah, their comebacks usually whenever we attack somebody is, oh, go ahead and do whatever O&A tell you to do. It's the furthest thing from the truth. We're not telling them to do anything. Our listeners do feel like they're such a part of the show that if the show gets attacked, you're attacking them, and they take it upon themselves to be the pests that they are, just getting in there under your skin and ruining your program.
And it's very rare you can get all these people together for an internet attack, so they live for this shit.
Oh, of course they do.
So you dumbbells that pipe up, this is what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah, we only break out the attacks every once in a while, so.
I would hope that more, I would never encourage people to do something that's inappropriate, because that's very bad taste.
Oh.
But I got to tell you, I listened yesterday, and I fucking howled.
It's hysterical.
And I can't wait to listen today.
They're the telephone equivalent of the roadside bombings. Just horrible insurgents.
It continues. Listen to this one. Of course it does.
Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Real Radio.
Hey, Shannon.
Yes, sir.
Not you.
What does that mean? Not you.
He thought it was funny.
It's not even the bit.
Try to be a little more funny next time you come.
Don't hang up like a pussy.
There's a lot of a-holery going on today. Notice that? The level of a-holery is at an all-time high.
It is.
A-holery. A-holery?
Bunch of that a-holery.
And don't hang up like a pussy. What have you been doing, you fucking dump button pushing one market motherfucker? Stop hitting the dump button.
A-holery. There's a funnier furry pile laying in Don Geronimo's driveway than on that guy's show. Stop it. Unfunny a-holery.
Yeah, we'll get to the next enemy after the break. An unbelievable story coming out of Washington today, too. Oh, it's just a great day to do radio, man.
You horrid.
Continuing with Shannon Burke, though, who thought we didn't really have any listeners or fan base.
Here is Reggie. Hey, Reggie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Can I suck your seed?
Opie and Anthony suck.
Punch it out.
What? Phil?
The guy's doing the Richard Treehouse bit. Holy Jesus.
See.
Oh, is that funny?
Faithful listeners almost driving off the road. New listeners, you'll get it eventually.
Oh, he's doing the Richard Treehouse bit. God damn.
That's Anthony's bit the time he was in a treehouse and his friend came on to him.
Yeah, he turned gay right there overnight.
And so Anthony had to make believe he was sleeping and he was fake snoring so the dude wouldn't suck his dick.
I wouldn't give him an answer. The guy was asking me, "Can I suck your cock?" And I was like making believe I was asleep, horrified, like in the corner of the treehouse, like. And this guy was doing the bit.
I gotta hear that again.
Please do, yeah.
That's great.
Here is Reggie. Hey, Reggie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Can I suck your seed?
Opie and Anthony suck.
Punch it out.
Yeah, I felt it.
What the hell was that?
I knew that one.
The guy said he wanted to suck on a seed, and then he said, jib, 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 jim, 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 jim. What does that mean? No idea. Never heard of it in my life.
That's probably the 30th time he's called me today.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course it is. That pissed.
Well, if you had any real listeners, stupid, they wouldn't all be able to get through.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This was the easiest show to get through.
Oh, man.
The easiest.
Oh. God damn, that's funny. Punching out.
And all this dumbbell has to say is, what was that? That's kind of weird.
Said I want to suck your seed. What?
Here is Raymond in Edgewater. Raymond, how are you?
Good, how you doing, Burke?
Good.
First of all, I'd just like to say great show.
Thank you.
Not you. O&A on it.
Not you. Guess him with the Bob Kelly, not you. Oh, that's great.
I didn't hear half of these calls.
Here, listen again.
Asses.
There's more to it.
Here is Raymond in Edgewater. Raymond, how are you?
Good, how you doing, Burke?
Good.
First of all, I'd just like to say great show.
Thank you.
Not you. O&A on it.
You don't get on the air. That was great.
O&A on XM?
We do have caller ID, you know?
Yeah, so?
Yeah, who cares? So does everybody else in the country, fatso. And why did he dump out of O&A? Why? Why are you mad at the other guy for hanging up? Don't hang up like a pussy. Why are you dumping out? Is O&A an FCC violation? Stupid.
See, a real broadcaster would go with this. This would be your show today. You would go with what's coming into your program and then, try to spin it and have fun with it or attack back or what have you. You don't just sit there and go, wow, don't we have caller ID? Doesn't anyone know how to work the dump button?
Work it. Work it, fella.
Yeah, you're supposed to be so great. Then, this is what was handed to you today. Go with it.
Chris from Boston, hey, guys, please stop the assholery. When I heard the Richard Treehouse call, I spilt my coffee all over my desk. The O&A Army is relentless.
He spilled his coffee.
He spilled his coffee.
Let's take a break. I'm going to get these Greg, Tony, jeez. It's the Shannon Burke Show on Real Radio.
What was that one?
He screwed up. He was saying he's going to get to Greg and Tony, I guess.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then he realized at the last minute what that was. Let me hear that again.
All right.
Let's take a break. I'm going to get these Greg, Tony, jeez. It's the Shannon Burke Show on Real Radio.
Greg and Tony.
What a bumbling idiot.
Yes, our real
That's
names.
Great.
Greg and Tony.
That's terrific.
That is terrific.
That's terrific.
Want to hear a couple more?
Of course.
Oh.
Reverend, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, Shannon?
What's happening?
SBK, how you doing, man?
Hey, preacher.
I'm a big fan of your show, and I just want to say really quick before I get to why I called.
Yeah,
that,
go ahead.
I was really bad news to hear what happened with XM and everything like that, because now I got to listen to an online feed and all that. Really sucks. But anyway, glad I could still hear you guys.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
So the reason why I'm calling is I'm in the Army, and when I got deployed, I didn't receive dime one from Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony suck cock.
Wow.
What makes these idiots? Oh, that's good. That guy was on forever. He was holding forever.
Did he actually say Opie and Anthony suck cock on his own show?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
He tried to dump out of it. Yeah.
Wow.
What a buffoon.
Oh, that's great. That's all he could come up with?
What a buffoon.
I'm just worried that the Shannon Burke callers are going to start assaulting us back.
Oh, my God. I hope not. That would just be... How would we do a show?
I know. They're frightening. Oh, you know what we do? Keep dumping out of it and fake laughing and pretending it's not happening, and then try to get back to the cornball topic of length or girth. Tee-hee-hee! How naughty! You stink!
Fake laugh and make believe it's not bothering you.
Yeah.
You could hear it in their voices. David, what's up? He's calling.
Hey, how's it going, O'Day?
You're calling from Orlando?
Yeah, I'm Orlando.
All right, let's go.
Hold on, finger on the dump button.
No dump button, man. That's what come about this Shannon Burke guy. This guy's a douchebag.
I don't know anything about him. We're just proving that we do have an audience and we do have faithful listeners and we could do some real damage. So
this guy walks around Orlando, thinks he's big shit. This guy's nothing. I mean, he gets dumped off XM radio. The only thing the guy knows about a motorcycle and bike week if one ran up his ass.
All right.
The guy don't know shit.
All right. Thanks, David.
He's an idiot, man. Thank you.
Thanks, fella.
I really don't know much about the guy, so can't comment. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Here's one more.
Let's see. We got some great trivia today.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff. We're going to give you the name of the real birth name of the rappers, and the callers will have to identify their rap name.
I'd love a Oh, that's a good game now.
I'm going to give you the rapper's real name. You tell me what his rapper name is. Here he's Tom. Tom, how are you?
All right.
I'm going to give you the name. You give me the rap name. Calvin Brodus. Is it Nate Dogg, Music, Ja Rule, or Snoop Dogg?
Ramon, turn on Opie and Anthony.
Wrong. It is not right. Here he's...
What did he say at the beginning of that?
Huh?
I just heard Opie and Anthony, but did he say something at the beginning?
Yeah, he goes, Ramon.
Oh, Ramon.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, it was Ramon. Yeah, I barely heard the Ramon.
He goes, Ramon, turn on Opie and Anthony. Yeah, we got
we got some great trivia today.
Oh, yeah.
That's good stuff.
Oh, that's great.
We're going to give you the name of the real birth name of the rappers, and the callers will have to identify their rap name.
Oh, that's a good game now.
I'm going to give you the rapper's real name. You tell me what his rapper name is. Here he's Tom. Tom, how are you?
All right.
I'm going to give you the name. You give me the rap name. Calvin Brodus. Is it Nate Dogg, Music, Ja Rule, or Snoop Dogg?
Ramon, turn on Opie and Anthony.
Wrong. It is not right. Here he's...
Oh, God.
Dick.
You guys rock.
What a dick. I'm crying.
Ramon.
Oh, my God, what a complete asshole. I
pro-
love it.
You guys proved what a phony this guy is. He couldn't go with any of this.
Ramon.
He was in panic mode. Panic mode all the way.
And he was trying to end with, you lose. Good day, sir. Wow, that was really funny.
I'm going to run home and listen to this asshole show again today.
Oh.
God, that was funny.
Holy crap. Ah.
When he gets to Tony and Greg and then goes, oh, you know it got to him. That's the booby man in Brooklyn.
Of course.
Ramon. A Ramon call. Oh, too funny.
Mm-hmm. This was the best one, though, right here.
Here is Reggie. Hey, Reggie, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Can I suck your seed?
Opie and Anthony suck.
Punch it out.
What?
How come?
What the hell was that?
I knew that one.
The guy said he wanted to suck on a seed, and then he said, jib, 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 jib. What does that mean?
That's right.
No idea. Never heard of it in my life.
That's probably the 30th time he's called me today.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Huh? That's interesting. Really?
Unbelievable. O&A listeners rolling over his show like an SUV over a puppy dog in a driveway.
All right, we'll get to that next. Jesus. You just can't wait, huh?
Too bad Frida wasn't holding it at the time.
Oh, man.
Fat fuck. Good.
I love this, Shane. Shane from New Jersey. Let's go to Shane. Go ahead, Shane.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Hey.
I was just wondering when we could assault this jerk off again. He sounds like a fucking cheap knockoff of Bubba the Love Sponge.
I never really heard Bubba either, so.
I used to listen to him before I got XM. He's a real tool back too. I don't even think he's on the air anymore.
I think he got dumped.
Okay.
No, I think
this guy on XM?
Who?
Is this guy on XM, the Shannon Burke douchebag?
I didn't even know that he ever was on XM. I guess he got kicked off XM.
I hear he's coming back on. I don't know if it's true or not, nor do I care. But when can you assault him again? I'll be listening at 10 this morning. I would hope that it would continue because it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know what time
Jimmy,
he's on. Is it 11?
Man.
11. Maybe 11. Okay, maybe 11.
All right, thanks, Shane.
Yeah, because middays, right?
11 to 3.
11 to 3? There you go.
What's the website?
Have some fun.
Shannon.
Wait a minute. He's on middays?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like the worst slot to have.
Right.
Absolutely.
And he's bragging?
Bragging. Yeah.
They don't put their top talent in middays.
Middays is just that slot that you know.
Morning drive is first, then afternoon drive, and a lot of people would argue then nighttime before midday.
Middays.
Because middays, a lot of people, just about everyone is working a 9-to-5 type job.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just in middays?
Yeah.
Oh.
You see what that tattoo is made of?
What?
he drew it himself. It's like fish around a coral reef, and then right on his wrist, he has his own signature. Like
His
the
autograph?
artist. Yeah.
He has his own name on his wrist just in case he forgets. What the hell is that? Look who I am. I'm Shannon Burke.
God, this business is just filled with idiots.
What's the website? Let's give him a plug. That's how unafraid of you we are. What plug? What's the site?
Shannon.wtks.com.
All right.
Go enjoy his site. It's fantastic.
There you go.
All right, let's get into some show. So, Shannon Burke, the attack on his show, day 2 yesterday, I heard was very, very funny.
Yeah.
We got a couple...
Before he stopped taking calls, there were some smart asses from our show, from our message boards and whatnot,
and
calling
I guess Eric got a call from one of the guys from Shannon Burke's show last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Eric, what was that call about?
Sorry, which one?
The Shannon Burke thing.
The original phone call? Oh, the one I got from his sidekick. The sidekick on his show didn't know what was going on. He wasn't there that day.
Is he the black guy, by the way?
Yeah, the black guy, Kevin. He used to work with him. He's a cool guy, but he wasn't there for a portion of last week, so he didn't know what was going on. He came back Monday, and all of a sudden they're getting all our phone calls. So I explained to him, and he said, I don't think Shannon said that. I showed him the audio. I said, here's what he said. And then he said, look, I can't speak for Shannon. That's his own comments, but I have nothing against you guys. I said, that's fine. I said, here's the phone number. Shannon wants to talk. Give us the phone. Have him call into the show. And left it at that.
And then the email he sent was what was real, like, either XM failure. Like, he wasn't kidding around. If he busted balls and said something, we're not idiots. We know when someone's kidding. We know when someone's just, fucking around.
kidding.
But he wasn't. He was serious. He meant it.
Well, the last 2 days, our listeners have completely taken over his show in Orlando. And this will be the last day we spend on Shannon Burke, and then let him go back into obscurity. That's the beauty of this.
It's just this is fun.
Yeah, so it's fun for us. It makes good radio. But, you keep pounding away day after day after day, you're going to make the guy a little more popular than he already is.
So we had our fun, and that's it.
So this is the last day. We had our fun, and we move on.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about cool guy anymore, right?
Who? What?
Exactly. So a bunch of our listeners got on the program again yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
This was really funny yesterday when we did the calls from the other day.
Oh, yeah.
So, he's trying to do a talk show, and he's just getting bombarded.
Really annoyed him. He couldn't take calls anymore. He was screening his own calls. It just really upset him.
All right.
Our listeners are buffoons.
Let's go to this one.
Here's Patrice in Chicago. Patrice, you're on Real Radio.
Yeah, you were talking about, how they're talking about trying to extend, decency fines to satellite radio.
Right.
I think it's, I hear a lot of people arguing about how this is unconstitutional, it's a bad idea, and I think they should extend it even further to, faggoty
faggoty tattoos. Why would you cut that off?
Oh, that's very funny. Faggoty tattoos.
If he's cutting that off, man, you just know the listeners got to him.
That is funny. Faggoty tattoo.
Is that an FCC violation to say that? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You just know our fans got to him.
Absolutely.
And he has nothing. He can't go with this type of radio.
Here's Nathaniel in Altamont. Nathaniel, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Shannon?
Good. What's happening?
Hey, actually, SBK.
Yes.
It doesn't count when you got two guys?
Not unless you're gay, I guess. Wouldn't count for me.
It's not gay as long as you don't make eye contact.
Yeah. As long as someone's privates don't brush up on your leg or something while you're moving around.
No touching is involved.
So, and about the porch comment, man.
Right, porch monkey.
I haven't heard that, but have you heard them called
golfers?
That's great. Oh, he's really quick on the draw.
Why is he cutting him off so fast?
He's so paranoid. He's sitting there with the dump button, waiting.
He's really paranoid. He's just cutting everyone off. I hear he's cutting off legitimate callers.
Yeah, we have an example on the disc there, too. He's cutting off his own real callers.
Here's Connor in Sebring. Connor, you're on Real Radio.
Connor.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much.
Just wanted to say, have you seen my mommy?
No, I haven't seen your mother.
That was not one of his callers.
No. Oh, it's later on in the disc.
Oh, what a dope I am.
That's funny.
Yeah, calm down, Jimmy. Jesus, that was another one of ours.
Yeah.
Here's Greg in Orlando. Greg, you're on Real Radio.
He's for you. What the hell was that?
Because it went right in a row. It was Patrice, Nathaniel, Greg, Tony, all in a row. It was all. We had his whole phone line lit up.
Here's Connor in Fort Lauderdale. Connor, you're on Real Radio.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
All right, good show. Hey, I wanted to tell you what porch monkey meant.
All right, go ahead.
Opie and Anthony, you redneck.
Here's... Yeah, write it down. 407-916-104.
Write it down? Are they taking phone numbers?
For the dump log, and apparently they have caller ID, so they're writing down phone numbers.
Yeah, write it down.
And what are they going to do with the fans?
Hey, call us up. Tell us about Porch Monkey. What? What?
Yeah. Let's talk to Sean in Winter Park. Sean, you're on Real Radio.
Sean.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
I work for Rollins College, and we did this poll,
mm-hmm.
and the black respondents are more likely to have their minds made up than the white respondents.
More minds made up any particular way, or?
Towards Jackson negatively. If you go to the results are on eatbullet.com, and it's a very scientific study.
All right. So they've already made up their minds that he's not guilty.
Opie and Anthony.
But he's guilty or not guilty? Right.
Eatbullet.com.
He said he was guilty. Black people already made up their mind. Huh.
And then he tries to just keep the conversation going like the guy never said that.
Yeah.
He's just acknowledging part of his phone call, the setup, the fake setup.
Yeah.
Like the guy called to slam you, but he gave you a legitimate poll, you idiot.
Eatbullet.com. The results are on eatbullet.com.
That's right. And it's not gay if you don't make eye contact. It's something I said on the show once. Fool. So glad you chuckled in studio.
I guess here he is dumping out of a real caller because at this point he's so paranoid.
Here's Dan on the cell phone. Dan, how are you?
I'm doing great, Shannon. How are you guys doing today?
Great, thank you.
Hey, SBK.
Yes.
You're saying that because of Michael Jackson's fame, he can't get a fair trial. Before O.J.'s trial, how many people did not know of his name? He was just as famous, and in the eyes of the...
Uh-oh, sorry. He was just as famous as what?
He was going to say... Is he gone?
I think I actually...
Yeah, you hung up on him.
He was just as famous.
Yeah, everybody knew O.J.
Wow. The guy was... He was talking about O.J., and the guy he hears O and freaked out. He freaked out. O and A, J.
That is a phony. You got to be able to just go with this stuff.
That's funny.
If this is what's going on your show, you just got to be able to, roll with the punches, as they say, Anthony.
Hi, you wanted to talk to Shannon?
How you doing, Steve?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah, at this point, he's just screening calls live on his show.
Hi, you wanted to talk to Shannon?
How you doing, Steve?
No, yeah, just as Steve. Did you want to talk with Shannon?
Yes.
What did you want to tell him? Real quick. The computer crashed. I just want to put the information back up again.
I want to talk about the Michael Jackson case.
Yeah, what do you want to say about it?
About him, what kind of jail he's going to go to, like a Martha Stewart jail or...
Where are you calling from?
Jail. Long Island.
You calling from Long Island?
Yeah, I'm listening on Real Player.
What is that?
On the website.
Never heard of him, man. I don't think we're on it.
What's that?
What did you plan on saying to Shannon?
I wanted to talk to him about the Michael Jackson case.
Yeah, I mean, well, what in particular did you want to say to him?
I wanted to talk to him about Michael Jackson going to jail.
Okay. And whether or not he's going to go to jail? Or?
What's that?
Whether or not he's going to jail, is that what you're going to say to him?
Yeah, well, no, when he's going to jail, and he's probably going to go to a jail like the Martha Stewart jail, like a push jail.
And
I wanted to talk about, like we were talking about the monkey sex stuff before. There's like websites on how to court animals, like dolphin. There's one that's dolphinsex.org.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Hold on, I think you'll like. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll just tell him what you wanted to say. Okay. Thanks. Hey, he is right about that though.
Oh, it's a
great,
funny way to handle it.
We could hear the phone screening process live on his show. The callers that don't get picked. Fantastic.
So there you go. You guys did a great job. Fantastic.
He's ruined his show.
Yeah,
these 2 days.
These calls weren't as good as yesterday, but
we
made our point.
The problem was they were a little more ready. Yes, they were all a little ready the day after, and they weren't taking as many calls.
Right. Dennis in Orlando. What's up, Dennis?
Hey, you asshole. Stop ruining the show down here, man. It's the one thing we got. You guys are fucking jerk-offs. Especially you little fat-titted moron. I am not going to deal with this shit in your fucking army and your whack.com. I wouldn't want the Shannon Burke army to show up at the Improvs for Jimmy Norton on March 24th, 25th, or 26th, or March 18th and 20th at the West Palm Beach one. We wouldn't want that shit to happen, would we? No. We'll fucking show up in droves to get you, Jimmy Norton.
Thanks, Angel.
Fucking prostitute fucking little man. Hey, you guys rock, man. Just keep up the good work, man.
Thanks, man.
Punch it out.
Yeah, let it be known not one of his one of his listeners called us in the last 2 days. I really thought we finally had one.
I almost got excited, like, wow, there is somebody who's acknowledging he has a show down there.
Yeah.
Yep. No.
Not one listener was able to call our show and defend this guy. So there you go.
It was very funny. You got 2 plugs out for you. Nice.
Good job, guys. That's the end of that one. Let him go back into obscurity.
Unless he pipes up again.
He was in the spotlight for a couple days.
Yeah, I hope he enjoyed it. Now he can go back and the only reason people were listening was because they wanted to hear the invasion, and it was funny. Now you just go back to, I guess, his regular phone callers and that captivating subject matter that he covers on a daily basis.
Yeah, length or girth? Length or girth?
Length or girth? Length. Hey, thank you for the phone call. This puker hack voice.
Typical bad subject talk radio.
Yeah. Hey, you like milk in your coffee or Coffee Mate? Call me.
I once listened to Howie Carr all the way to Cape Cod when we were living in Boston.
Yeah.
Do a talk show subject on what is your favorite ice cream.
What's your favorite ice cream? Well, there's so many flavors.
He just took calls until every flavor was mentioned on his show.
Wonderful.
I could not believe I was listening to that.
Well, you know, it's funny, but there's actually a Heath Bar Crunch ice cream, which I had that I liked very much.
You like that one?
Yeah, that's a fun subject, Dope. I think you're kind of
that is
throwing that one under the bus. That's fun.
And then you could add in a whole nother subject. What do you like it in, a cup or a cone?
And what kind of toppings do you like on your ice cream?
Sprinkles. Mm-hmm. And do you call them sprinkles or jimmies?
Uh-huh.
Some people call them jimmies.
And do you like rainbow jimmies or chocolate jimmies?
They say Jimmy's in Philly, I believe.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
What do you like on it? What do you like on your ice cream? I'm not fucking you. What do you like on your ice cream? What do you like on it?
What did Philly do to you?
I love
Not
Philly.
fuck him.
Not fuck me. That's what the girls did. They're all hot, and none of them open their legs. They're all great potato sack races because their legs are sewn shut. Every chick in that city has teased me and not paid off.
Wow.